let me tell you about the craziest friend I ever had. And when I say crazy, I mean like in need of intervention. Actual intervention. But I'll let you be the judge. So I used to work with this girl. We will call her Sarah. Me and Sarah also used to work with a girl who I will call Molly. Now, Molly and Sarah had been working there years before I started working there. So when I started working there and became friends with them, they were always much closer to each other than I was to them. But that was perfectly understandable to me. They'd known each other longer, they'd spent more time together, and these two were the type of friends they used to, after work, always do stuff with each other. Go to each other's houses, go shopping, go for dinner. Whereas me, after work, I would go and hang out with my real friends. I'm joking. I would see other friends or just go home to my daughter. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Sarah's crazy. Basically, so Molly was like late 30s. Sarah was like early 20s. Molly gets a boyfriend. So Molly, so she can spend time with her new boyfriend, rather than seeing Sarah 6 days a week, Molly started seeing Sarah only 4 days. Only 4 days. I don't even see some of my friends 4 times a year. Sarah didn't like that. Sarah had a massive problem with that. Going from 6 days to 4, Sarah did not like that. The only word I can use to describe Sarah, what she did to Molly, was bullying. Pure bullying. Because Molly was one of those people that just didn't have a voice. Molly wasn't very good at sticking up for herself. She didn't like confrontation. So when Sarah would text Molly things like, "You're a terrible friend. How can you only see me 4 days a week? You barely know the guy." Molly wouldn't say anything. It got to the point where Sarah was acting so obsessive. The days that Sarah knew Molly was with her boyfriend, Sarah would always text her with a problem. "I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling depressed, da 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 da." And normally I'd like to believe it, but it was always conveniently when Molly was busy. Sarah began acting like a crazy ex. And I even told Sarah this. Sarah would make Molly feel so guilty for not seeing her, 3 out of 7 days a week. Sarah would tell Molly that she was a bad friend. Sarah would use examples like, "Remember when I did this for you? Remember when I did that for you? Now you're not doing this for me." Molly was still seeing Sarah 4 days a week. Me and Sarah ended up falling out when Sarah tried to talk to me about my boyfriend and talk about him the way Sarah would talk about Molly's boyfriend. And I just said straight up to Sarah, "You may get away with talking to Molly like this, but you won't with me." She told me to f off and then blocked me. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been pretty peaceful since. Life has been nicer without her. Molly and her boyfriend had been together a year when they decided to go on holiday with each other. And Sarah tried to tell Molly it was too soon. They'd been together a year. And Sarah said, no, it's too soon. He's trying to rush things. I think part of it was jealousy. I think Sarah was jealous of Molly because Sarah, I don't know if she's ever had a boyfriend. And also Sarah didn't really have any other friends other than me and Molly. I was beginning to have enough of Sarah because I don't hang around toxic people. I'm sorry if people are going through hard things. I'll always try and be there for my friends, but there was no way I was going to be there for Sarah. Sarah was horrible. There's a big difference between jealousy and bitterness. I'm wrong. Sarah wasn't jealous of Molly. She was bitter towards Molly. The only way I could have been empathetic towards what Sarah was feeling was if Molly never saw Sarah anymore. Molly went from seeing Sarah every day of the week to suddenly once a month. Maybe I'd understand. But 4 days a week? Why are you so upset? Get a hobby. Spend some time at home alone. It's really nice. Clean your bedroom, just do something. The only sad thing about it all is where I fell out with Sarah, I don't talk to Molly anymore. Because Molly still tolerates it. Molly still puts up with Sarah and I just won't. I hope Molly's okay. Obviously I'm using fake names, but yeah, I hope Molly's alright. Molly, if you see this, as soon as Sarah's gone, I'm there for you. But I can't tolerate Sarah. Sarah ruined my own mental health for reasons I haven't even mentioned. This was purely about Molly. I could tell you what Sarah would do to me to drain me.